Hi, my name is Christopher R. Witherspoon. I'm the creator of Rage, a new independent horror suspense thriller produced by myself and the Smith brothers, Daryl and Sean. I would like to say to those who have supported us and have been following the film's progress for the past long, very long 6 years, from the writing of the script to the raising of the funds, pre-production, production, and post-production. Rage is finally completed, and we're now seeking distribution. The entire process of bringing Rage to this point would not have been possible without the help of some amazing people: Suzanne Mitchell, Cheryl Waters, and Joseph Shore, the film's executive producers. And for those of you who are not yet familiar with what the film is about, it is an original piece of work, and it was heavily influenced by Steven Spielberg's 1971 classic Duel. Rage is the story of a man named Dennis Twist. He's a 30 something, lives in the suburbs, married. He's a junior college writing professor. He's also a failed novelist, and he's not very happy with where he's at in his life. The film starts with him saying goodbye to his lovely wife. He then heads into town, supposedly to have lunch with his best friend. But before he can do that, he has to meet with a woman that he's been having an affair with, to tell her that he loves his wife and he wants to break it off. In the process of doing that, he somehow provokes the wrath of a homicidal motorcyclist called the Biker, whose identity is hidden behind the smoke black visor of his motorcycle helmet. Oh, yeah, he may or may not be the recently paroled boyfriend of the woman that Dennis has been having the affair with. Initially, the biker only stalks and taunts, but suddenly things change, and he violently attacks Dennis and viciously beats him nearly to death. Dennis escapes only to find himself in a day-long battle of cat and mouse that grows increasingly more violent with each encounter with the biker. Unfortunately, things spill over into the lives of innocent people whose only fault may have been knowing Dennis. As I mentioned, Rage is an independent film, and I mean that in the purest sense. Shot in just 14 days on a very limited budget with no stars attached. We were able to put together a pretty solid cast. We went to LA and held a week long casting open call. That's where we found our lead, Rick Crawford, who plays Dennis Twist. Also, we found Joe Black Jacobs and ML Maltz, who play the elderly neighbors, Eleanor and Clancy. Also, we found the beautiful Anna Lodick, who plays the other woman. After LA, we returned to Portland, where we found some, awesome local actors, starting with Audrey Walker, who did a brilliant job as Crystal Twist, Dennis's wife. Also, there's Richard Topping, who plays Stan, Dennis's best friend, and Spencer Conway, who plays the auto mechanic. Myself, the Smith brothers, and everybody associated with this little film are very proud of its accomplishments. Rage is played all across the U.S. and in countries all around the world, places like England, Germany, Spain, Australia, Mexico, Canada, and others. It has won 12 festival awards, 5 of which were for Best Feature. One of the accomplishments that I'm most proud of is a special showcase screening that Rage received from the Portland Art Museum and the Northwest Film Center. When I first got the call, I thought somebody was playing a joke. I asked them if they were sure if they had the right film and filmmaker, and they said yes. I asked them if they even knew what my film was about, and they said yes. They told me that someone with the museum got a chance to catch the film in Europe and found out that I, being the director, was from the Northwest. And they liked the film so much, they thought it was deserving of a special showcase to help give the film exposure. And for that, I'm extremely, extremely thankful. In addition to winning multiple awards, Rage has gotten tons of exposure from online bloggers and movie reviewers from all over the world. And the consensus by them seems to be unanimous that Rage is a hit. And among those singing its praise are some of the biggest, most well respected, and influential names in the business: Fangoria, Famous Monsters of Filmland, Film Threat, and Ain't It Cool News. Every year, there are more and more independent films produced, probably more than most people would believe, and only a small percentage of those receive any print media coverage. So it's been a very welcome surprise that Rage has received print media coverage in genre magazines from all over the world. When I was initially contacted, I was shocked. I just thought to myself, well, we're just a small film. We're not in distribution. We don't even have a distribution deal. So it was very exciting. And I thought to myself, okay, well, they'll give us a little small column in the back somewhere. But we were not only just getting a column, we were getting one page, a two, 3 page spread. And I'm sure that once distribution plans are announced, these magazines will give us coverage for that as well. Something that really caught me by surprise was one afternoon I received a call from London, England, from a gentleman named Thomas Ikram, who is the man behind a very unique book series entitled Film Rage, ironically. The books focus primarily on classic exploitation movies. He had heard a lot of great things about Rage. There had been talk about Rage becoming one of these cult classics, and that would be amazing. Anyhow, he asked me to contribute something to the pages of Film Rage, and I did. To this point, Rage has had a very successful journey, and I only hope that this last leg of bringing it to the public will be equally as successful. Um, as a filmmaker, the thing that is most important to me is that as many people as possible get the opportunity to see my work, and I'm sure that's the way most filmmakers feel. What we're looking for in a distributor is somebody with reach. Oh yeah, also somebody who can see the potential in Rage, the awards, the reviews, all of this stuff. Utilize it and promote and market it to the best of their ability. And before I go, just FYI, the next film that the Smith brothers and I will be making is The Twilight Hotel, which we are only in the early phases of pre-production. The film isn't even funded yet, which I hope won't be the case for much longer. I always wish that Alfred Hitchcock had directed at least one episode of The Twilight Zone. I wanted to see that mesmerizing Hitchcockian suspense mixed with the amazing twist endings and supernatural aspects of The Twilight Zone. But of course, it never happened. So The Twilight Hotel is my humble attempt at trying to create that vibe. Um, it's a horror anthology composed of five very distinctive segments that all take place at the twilight, of course. Built at the end of the 18th century by super capitalist John Burnside, a ruthless, some say evil man. The twilight throughout its history has been mired in violence, unexplained accidents, and murders. After the apparent suicide of its builder, the hotel sat dormant for decades until it was taken over by new management. It has become a magnet for scumbags, lowlifes, and criminals who use it as a place to conduct a variety of illegal, illicit activities. But unannounced to them, the hotel has a way of bringing things to light. The episodes are Head of the Tail, Monsters, Who's Who, Bedbugs, and Pushing Up Daisies. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's a great concept. The merger of Hitchcock and Serling. I'm surprised nobody's ever done it before. Actually, very happy nobody's done it before because we're going to do it. The film is going to be full of indestructible bugs, demons, monsters, flesh starved zombies. It's going to be a blast. Anyhow, that's it, the Twilight Hotel. And for any of you who would like to contact me and speak with me about either Rage or the Twilight Hotel, I'll put the contact information up on the screen. And I look forward to hearing from you. Take care, God bless, and all that stuff.